30 years. It's been long 30 years since Ono got hired by Capcom. And was the day where I wasn't even born yet. Like, it was the same year where I was literally just about to be born as a baby, and and 30 years for Ono been that long, that he did a lot of dedication to the business. That is something he really enjoyed too, especially his involvement through Street Fighter series. Street Fighter has been a big name under my titles when I start fighting games. Fighting games, I started out was, of course, Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 has been really my first game for so many years to come. When I first bought my first Super Nintendo, and my old man bought me Super Street Fighter 2. It was not Turbo. It was regular Street Fighter 2 with the 4 new characters, the boss characters in that game, and it grew a lot of ancient history for me when growing up, casually with other people, friends, family, etc., etc., etc. It grew into me where I discovered more newer fighting games around, like Virtual Fighter, Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, and then sooner or later jump out to anime games later on in my days when my friends showed me Guilty Gear, that got into Blaze Blue, more Arc System games, and etc., etc. Street Fighter has been a big whole name, and I won't thank no other man than Ono who brought to the series to life. Like, I can remember for so many years back in high school where I was wondering when's the next Street Fighter game's gonna come out. When it's gonna be in the next futuristic of the Capcom for Street Fighter. And those years, long time when they were first revealed Street Fighter 4, and as someone that Ono that's been working hard with. Honestly, my first time looking at Street Fighter 4 as a guy growing up going through high school, it looked one of the most funniest 3D modeling animation I ever seen in my life. It was a game that really just looks hilarious in some way, especially for facial expressions, 3D modeling, etc., etc., etc. And be honest, right here, Street Fighter 4 has been doing really good to me for those years. And first time joining the FGC for 2013, playing competitively on Street Fighter 4, and find my way around my history. I mean, I'm not really a big name, but playing that game played a good role in my, not just competitively meeting new people, and also to my mental health too, because that's something to bring up as time comes by. And I won't be thinking more than Ono for bringing this kind of games line and create a competitive scene where the community come together, create something that's competitive that we can all both play and just enjoy Street Fighter 4 as time goes on. I mean, not just that, other games came around too, but nothing made me more excited than, other than Blaze Blue, other than other fighting games, but Street Fighter 4 has been playing a good role in my FGC career, going to majors, tournaments, going to other places, playing with other people, getting better at it too. And you should really thank Ono-san for all these years. I even have a picture in, I think it was Ebor SCR, but it should be on my Facebook somewhere, but I'll probably post it to him later on too. And Ono has been, he's such a happy fella. It's just like, every time he comes out, he's always always a good mood, always excited, always full of energy, always full of mean people with his little Blanca freaking doll, and it's just so adorable. It's so awesome. It just shows that he loves his job. He loves going to see people. He always wants to represent his game product that people want to get into it and just have fun, you know. I mean, getting into the Street Fighter 4, other stuff that's coming up too, I just really enjoy those great years. So, and I'm speaking for the heart too. Those great years. And Ono is a guy that who wants to represent his brand, not just like him, Harada too, Daisuke as well. A lot of people who are who loves their fight, loves their game. I want to see it to be successful. And Ono bring out a lot of 30 years of experience of success. And you should, honestly, they should give him a trophy of the FGC community. Just give him a trophy that'll make him happy and show him how much it appreciate what Ono did for the FGC. And every time this man comes up stage, holds the camera, holds that Blanca toy, and gets ready to say Shoryuken by 1, 2, 3, and just show the many pictures that he had and wants to show that how many years that he enjoyed for so long. It's such a happy moment. It's such great moments right there. The man loved his job. Very happy though, but sadly, all the years come to end when I can't say I blame Ono for having so many incidents. I mean, there's some incidents where, in topic-wise, that Ono has been like Yoshinori Ono was really tired, was really like freaking exhausted, and he kind of got knocked out from being exhausted for working like so many overtimes and stuff, trying to get updates through their game and stuff. And I'm not gonna even fault for Ono for like working so hard, because he loves the fighting game community. He loves what he does and what he does for his community and his job too. Sorry, I'm a little stuttering a little bit, but one thing I'll kind of never get out of my head is the fact that that he was knocked out from that incident where Capcom was like kind of hiding under the wheel, like, why is Ono like knocked out? Why is Ono like freaking like exhausted? And he was like hospitalized for a while. And one thing I can point out is that Japanese companies like that likes to over push the limit of not worrying about someone's physical health. This is not just Capcom in general. This happens to every video game industry, where they overwork their employees to death, and it just literally just kind of bugs the crap out of that there's people out there that will overwork their employees until like they've been exhausted. I mean, Konami did it with Kojima. There's plenty of EA. There's plenty of EA industry about like people overworking, not giving the amount of pay for doing overtime. Oh my god. There's Keiji Inafune, that incident happened as well too, with Capcom. I mean, there's plenty of other companies that they do that too, and I say that what really makes it really effed up the fact that like they try to like hide under a blanket, trying to think that it was no problem. I mean, maybe once he's back up in energy, they'll come back working again. That's like really scumbaggery, and I don't know why this topic is still not open for discussion or talk about the incident that happened too. But since this has been hiding under a rug, but since Ono is retired now, hopefully he gets the amount of rest he needs though. And honestly, it's probably a good way to do it too. Yeah, video game companies industries are really a struggle though. Especially getting your video game on time, trying to get stuff done, your productions, all that things that's going on, every activity that's happening right there, and they all want to get their game done right away. So, but overworking your employees, if I was like a manager every time, I would just worry about your employees' health first, then product last, because we want to make sure they're okay about their environment. We want to make sure they're not hurt, not have a condition where they rely like freaking, they're out of meds or they're not feeling well, they're scared to get hospitalized. And it's mostly like companies like that will be afraid to get sued because they overwork their employees like that. That's something that's very scary, and they don't want that to happen too, especially the safety of others. But anyway, I'm just glad Ono took a route where like 30 years in the company, has some good rest, he can finally move on to it. So in the future, for the future of Capcom right now, the future looks like there's two new people, if you haven't noticed from on my reaction videos or the trailer for summer update. There's two people that are under Ono's like kind of legacy or something, or kind of apprentices who's starting to take over, and there are two young people who was willing to throw out Street Fighter 5 content, and it looks like the communication between fighting game community and Capcom is really showing. It's showing that like they are listening. They're listening what they need to. Like having Akira over that is like kind of number one. That show that they actually care about your vote. And Akira has been like one of those votes, so they want in a Street Fighter, a versus game, or what kind of game they should be in. And Akira has always been that character that they want to be voted on. And there's other characters they want to have in their game too. And I'm glad Capcom is taking a lot of risk on a lot of money pouring down for making these characters, making these decisions, making these battle mechanics and stuff. And the way I look at it right now, like based on after they revealed Gil, Seth, they're taking a route where like these type of characters are making risks, making stuff that like will make it work and make fans really want to play their game too. They're trying to think of ways to help how they want their customers or their competitors wants to get in there. And as for Dan being one of the first characters, I mean, I'll be honest, having Dan in that game got me all fucking shocked. It got me like, fuck. They put Dan in this game. I was really curious if this character is going to be an esports character. I don't want to do something crazy about it, but the thing about Dan in design, that he's meant to be a joke character. He's meant to be like a character that sucks, that's bad or something, but it's more, Street Fighter 5 is more than just an esports game. It's also a casual base too. You don't have to like play a game to be like going to a tournament or competitive. You can just play it casually, or you can just learn casually, or just play the game, learn how to play a game, and just literally just play with other people for the hell of it because you like the game's content, also, or like you like the game itself too. For Street Fighter, it's always been like about casual content. Bring the casuals first, then the esports last. And Dan is one of those characters that's just esports. They're probably end up going to probably make him fun, make him his B triggers more interesting, his super kind of goofy and stuff. And Dan is basically just SNK personified of Robert and Ryo Sakasaki's appearance of Dan. It's pretty much making fun of it. And he's supposed to be addressed as a bad character just for the hell of it. And I feel like Dan will be one of those characters where the casual people will just play the character just for fun, just for enjoyment too. I'm not sure he's going to be esports worthy if they're going to try attempt to make him more esports. Hey, anything could happen, man. I mean, I see Gunfight using Alex and he's using it in a competitive basis. I mean, sure, why not? Dan could work out too. As for Rose is probably one of those characters that also was well deserving. I'm probably not going into detail for each character though. Oro is also a deserving character too, and yeah, I don't know what also Kira. And as for the fifth final character, it's gonna be probably something pretty big, something that will blow people's minds out too. But Capcom is willing to make those sacrifices or make it work. I mean, the communication in Street Fighter Division now is starting to show too. It's starting to show that people do care about it too. And I'm just hoping they'll have answers are more about the rollback netcode, or they're gonna fix it more. I'm gonna continue to update it as time goes by. It could be happening in the battle mechanics and around winter. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? It's just showing that Capcom actually hearing us right now of communicating. Since we got like a new vice president of Capcom, 2 new people who's taken over the division after Ono just left, and seeing the decisions right now for the future of Capcom is that there's more Monster Hunter coming this way. There's a lot of Resident Evil remakes coming this way, and after this is a succession for Resident Evil 7, they're really taking the next big step to make fans keep liking their content, and it's been showing really good. Hell, Devil May Cry 5 was a fucking success. It was probably the biggest success they ever had. It's like, it's amazing that a lot of people who love the old Capcom games brought it back, and they're stacking up money. They're making millions now. It's quite incredible. And for the future of Capcom, it looks pretty bright right now if they keep this up. If they keep this up, then we will definitely show a brighter future though. I mean, for Ono leaving is kind of a good for him because he needs the rest he needs. I doubt that they're not going to try to fire him. They just want him. Usually the company, why I see it right now, is that they'll put him in a position where, like, once you work for a company for so long, and when you lose a position where, not to say really tired of you, but more like if their budget's not working, if the plan of pouring out money or gaining money from this is not working, they have to cut costs, cut things out, cut the promotions, and try to reduce everything in order to keep their company stable. I would say that. And this is the same thing with Konami, with hold on, let's say again. It was sorry, it was a one fucking producer that I forgot the name is. Yes, they kind of let him, not really let him go, but he quit Konami for so long. Oh, it's Kojima. Sorry, Kojima. It was Kojima. Sorry about that. Anyway, Kojima. Yeah, they kind of put him in the same position where Kojima were like they'll just bad name him, shame him, or for whatever reason. But that's kind of different from between Capcom and Konami. They will just put him in a position where like, or you can't do this no more, or more like they kind of run him dry. They run him dry until like the next few years, and then they'll start picking up other people to replace him. It's just kind of like how I feel about when Ono's been working for 3 years. Like once they use them up, they'll replace like they'll replace him for another people, and that's those 2 new people. This is just my opinion, my impression right now about how Japanese companies will work out too. They did it with Inafune too. With when his like days of working Capcom are over, there'll be other people to replace him. It's more like not getting fired, but more like kind of you've been doing this for 3 years. It's time for you to quit. It's more like company tell them to like relieve from your duties and shit. I know, really from your duties sounds like you're getting fired, but it's not the case. But anyway, long story short, Ono leaving 30 days is kind of give him a good rest too, because from all the traveling, all the stuff, all the fighting games updates, and leaving his talents, his desire, and give it to all the way to his young apprentices, and continue forward on Capcom. I mean, I'm very looking forward to it. Very looking forward to what they're gonna have in store too.